Hey guys, Sam Dames from Ardento here. Today I want to talk to you about something that all businesses and all people have to overcome when they're moving from one software system to another, and that's data migration. It's often something that's really overlooked in any great detail and definitely undervalued in terms of the complexity of what data migration really means. If you are moving from one system to another in your business and you have found a solution that you think is going to be suitable, and you've obviously gone through your due diligence and analysis to make sure that the functions are there and that the software is going to grow for you now and into the future, when it comes time to actually migrate your systems, it's something that you need to give a lot of thought to and understand that it's probably going to take a lot more time and energy than you anticipate originally that it would. If you're moving financial data, you need to ask yourself questions around, are we taking transactional history, or are we just taking, say, general ledger information? Is it going to be summary, or is it going to be detailed data? Also looking at your options from a software point of view, how do we actually migrate the data? Is it done through file-based imports, say Excel or CSV files? Or is there an automated migration process, or perhaps is there some API type integration that can be leveraged to migrate your data? So those are some of the early questions that you want to ask yourself when thinking about moving software systems and how we're going to get data from one place to the next. I guess as a general rule of thumb, when it comes to data migration, I always try to talk to our clients, and our team will educate our clients around less is more. Data migration has a habit of really adding a lot of extra cost to software implementation projects. So thinking about how you can reduce that cost really comes down to reducing the amount of information and the complexity. There's often a lot of translation that needs to happen between this data, because it's not always going to be a like for like. The data model and the structure of the new software might be a little different than the old. So thinking about how these two data sets are going to match together is pretty critical. Obviously, if you can have access to the old system into the future, you may be able to still use that to review or go back and look at historical data rather than trying to migrate all of your historical data to the new system. There are also other options as well. If it's purely from a reporting point of view, can you extract or warehouse off some of the data that's in the legacy system so that it's still available to report on, rather than actually trying to migrate that data into the new system? This can be a great option if you still want to analyze the data and you still want to keep the data. Often just building a reporting repository or a data warehouse for this information can be a lot simpler and a lot more cost effective than actually trying to migrate a lot of this information across. So guys, the message here is pretty clear. Don't undervalue data migration. Understand that it is going to be a complex process, and it can add a lot of extra time, effort, and cost into your software implementations. As always, consult with an expert. Find and speak to your software implementation partner. They can give you tips on how you can actually migrate data more efficiently. Less is more. And just think about ways that you can access the old data without necessarily needing to move it all into the new system. Hopefully that was useful, guys. Chat soon.